I'm very interested in your idea of the so-called activism of the TikTok generation, of being activists and being pro-peace or pro saving lives, when actually they don't understand the concept of self-defense that Hamas has said, we're going to do October 7th again and again and again and again until we destroy Israel. And Israel right now is engaged in a self-defense war to protect its citizens from Hamas doing that again. No one's talking about on TikTok or Instagram about Israel's right to self-defense. Have you heard that going on amongst your friends?
Not really. And again, I haven't really been on social media very much. And going back to what we talked about earlier, it was in a separate conversation, a separate recording, so I don't know where the like congruency is there, but we discussed people saying things in person versus people saying things on the internet. I'm going to see a lot of the people that I'm discussing, that a lot of this group of people that are like 15, 16, 17 and posting about, the Israel conflict and things like that. I'm going to see them like in a few hours, right? But that's not what we're going to be talking about. They're posting it. They're not posting their own words. They saw someone else's words about it and reposted it. Or they saw a picture that they assumed was associated with it and posted it and said with a caption that was like, oh my God, these poor children, these poor soldiers, these poor whatever. But there's not an understanding of what they're saying. There's not an understanding of what the media is. And there's also something to be said for the fact that if tonight I asked one of these people who I knew has posted things, if I asked them what's going on, what's happening, can you explain it? They wouldn't be able to. Or if they did, it would probably be an incorrect explanation or a biased explanation because they've only seen information from one side of things or the other.
So this posting and reposting and TikTok's pro-Hamas stance is really based on hype, on fantasy, on lack of information, on so-called proposed activism, and not on reality.
Yeah, I think that people are picking sides in a conflict where we don't need to pick sides. I'm a 16-year-old who lives on the East Coast. My opinion on what's happening in the Middle East doesn't matter. I don't need to have an opinion. I don't need to voice my opinion. It's not, unless I'm participating in a fundraiser or a protest in something that actually matters and will have an effect, my opinion doesn't matter, and no one else needs to hear it.